And chat. Excuse me. How's it going, guys? Welcome to one of the most exciting reveal streams of the year. Possibly the most for my buddy Eddie. The Oblivion remake is real. It's happening. All the rumors were true. Oh, I'm so excited for this. When I was younger, during the Xbox 360 era, I lived in an apartment elsewhere in the town I live in. And I had a bunch of free TVs that I had found on the side of the road over time. A bunch of CRTs of various sizes. And my buddies and I, they would come over to my house basically every day, and we'd just spend all day, when we weren't at work, just playing video games. We'd play Oblivion, we'd play Fallout, we'd play Halo, we'd play all sorts of stuff. Just, you know, in the same room, not co-op, but together. Except for Halo. We played a lot of Halo together. I remember, God, Ed, do you remember that custom Forge map we all made in Halo 3 where we each took a quarter of the map and customized it? Oh, those were good memories. But Oblivion is forefront in my mind when it comes to that era of my gaming life with my friends. It's such a formative game for me. I love it. I could never get into Skyrim the same way. Like, the differences between how Skyrim and Oblivion play really put me off of Skyrim. My partner loves Skyrim to pieces, so I'll probably be doing a full playthrough of that on my own once I'm in Nebraska with them. Yeah, Skyrim, I didn't like as much. I am excited for this. Thinking about it, though, what really needs a remake is Morrowind. Because the gameplay of Morrowind was absolute dog shit compared to stuff that came after. And that needs a rework. Keep the same lore and world. Change the gameplay, and I'll finally play it all the way through. Man, what do you think? Is this gonna be a reskin of Oblivion, just a remaster, or are they gonna update the gameplay at all? What do you guys think? And is it going to have the original voice acting if it's just a remaster? Hope they just leave the adoring fan with the old school graphics because it would be hilarious. That would be funny. Did you know, I haven't played Starfield, but apparently there's an adoring fan equivalent in Starfield, and he's voiced by the guy who played the adoring fan in Oblivion, which is perfect. Remaster feels more likely to me with some minor gameplay tweaks. Listen, I'd play it. If they put Oblivion on modern consoles, I'll play the hell out of it. I don't care if it's a remaster. I don't care if it's the original game. I'm excited for more Oblivion. I don't have any money to buy it with, but I'll get it as soon as I can. Maybe I'll put out the word that I'm looking for a stream time commission for the price of the game. I think the leak was that it's going to cost $70, so I'll put out that I'm looking to to take a 7.5-hour stream commission. And that'll get me $75. And I can buy the game. I hope it's got physical copies. I hope if it has physical copies, it comes with the map. Like, I've got the map of Cyrodiil on my wall from the original release of Oblivion. I've also got the Skyrim map next to it from the original release of Skyrim. But actually, this might be my second copy of the Oblivion map. No, that's my original copy. I can tell because it's got the tear. Yeah, when I was in college, I had the map of Cyrodiil on my wall, and one day, when my alarm went off, I didn't wake up all the way, and I got up to shut my alarm off, but in my half-awake state, I thought the alarm was coming from my Oblivion poster, so I started to tear it down, and I woke up just in time to not tear it in half. But it's got a big gash in it. But that just adds character, I guess. Oh, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, man. 4.5 minutes. Oh. I'm so excited for this. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I'll turn on the audio capture for a little bit. Oh, man. So what are you guys' stories with Oblivion? What's your history with the game? Three and a half minutes. First played it on my dad's laptop when he let me because my desktop wasn't strong enough to handle it. Man, I didn't realize it even got a PC release until several years after it came out. Because I was all in on console gaming at the time. Please come out for PS5. Please come out for PS5 and not just Xbox. I don't want to have to get an Xbox or a new computer just to play this game. Because there's no way in hell my 2020 Best Buy pre-built junker can handle a 2025 Oblivion Remaster. There's not a chance in hell. No chance in hell. Quick, somebody donate $1,500 so I can get a new computer. A minute 45. No, I don't think your time is off. They just, like, this is the current time frame. They aren't starting at exactly 11. Something got offset. I don't seem to have the love you have for the game. I came from Morrowind, which blew my mind, and to me Oblivion felt disappointing for my expectations, but I still played it quite thoroughly, so it was enjoyable anyway. Shivering Isles was real good. I actually didn't get to play Shivering Isles. I know, it's a huge hole in my Oblivion experience. But I didn't get to play Shivering Isles at any point. I don't know why. It's been almost 20 years. I don't remember why I never got to play it. Oh, here we go. Ah, here we go. Hell yes. Hell yes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Virtuose.
The others, they would take it to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Hell yes. Okay, it's just a remaster. Alright, stream's over.
Here we are 20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on
Pod Towered.
sixth chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look
A
back at
drop
all
of
the
the
chapters, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try
Quick
to
drop,
define
yeah, we're working on Elder
role-playing
Scrolls
games
6.
and open world games for their generation.
They deliberately picked
Fans got so connected with
grainy
the world
CRT
we
footage.
made, these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want
Bones.
some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now.
Oh,
is
Todd
tremendous visual
doesn't seem
update.
happy that they're leaving it
Absolutely
intact.
Amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much
Oh, yeah, the
there,
worse the original
both
footage looks,
for
the more the
Elder
remaster
Scrolls
will wow us.
world,
That's true.
And also, this evolution of our games, I think, is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like, when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like...
Oh yeah, the Oblivion music is peak.
There's this, like, flood of nostalgia.
Oblivion is the beginning
20 years, yep,
of
came out
who I
2006.
am. As an individual, as a game developer, it all starts with it.
I don't even
I was
think
18 years
it
old.
took me till release
Well, it's been
to
19 years,
realize
but
how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back.
Morrowind was big,
that
but Oblivion's where they really got their first huge
We had
success.
that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Oh, is it going to fade into 2025 footage?
All these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
Come on, fade into 2025 footage.
I've seen the gates of Oblivion.
Yeah!
Which no waking eye.
Yeah, he looks so good! Yeah! Yeah!
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we
I am not
decided
gonna ride
to
any
remaster
horses.
Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Oh, I'm
We
so
wanted
excited
to
for
make
this.
the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Oh, yes.
Someone got here.
Yeah, the big crocodiles. I'm so sad those didn't make it
Those
into
familiar with
Skyrim in
the
any
strong
way.
Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine.
Yeah!
You get the full experience.
Not safe for
Personal
DLC.
level,
Excellent.
It's really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience.
It is magical.
At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oh,
It was
a
my
pro.
first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You
Oh,
will
it
find
looks so
your own
good.
path, but there will be blood and death before the end.
I can't tell. Is that original Patrick Stewart or redone Patrick Stewart?
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
The original Oblivion
Sparkly!
is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
Oh, that looks so good.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles.
Oh, the painting level.
Place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Contemplating walking out of work for the rest of the day. Yeah.
We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game
fucking wait to play this.
redesigned and
Please shadow drop at noon.
We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
We used an
Oh,
incredible new lip
yes.
sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And Real Tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
Oh, that Argonia looks so good.
Many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing
Wow,
world.
actual swimming
You'll really
arms while you're
believe
underwater?
in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
It's
That
not
looks
just the
cool.
visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
Yeah, the glass armor.
It's UI and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across.
Oh,
the
they
board.
actually flinch when you hit them now.
Changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
Huh. New leveling system.
We were able to fully
Well, that was one of the big
recreate
problems
character
of
models, creating
the
a
original.
physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized.
Okay, that's
One
good.
of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races.
Voice recording?
So we've gone
New-
back and recorded new lines of dialogue.
New voices.
Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
Oh, they got the original voice actors,
All
didn't
of
they?
the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
They still recorded in alphabetical order for faithfulness.
One of the Elder Scrolls from the
I'm so glad they got
Palace.
this guy
You
back.
need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
I'm glad some of the guardsmen have the same voice.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because there was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact,
That's a goofy run
all
cycle.
of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking.
Yes, lockpicking!
Bit of paint on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
They kept the lockpicking minigame!
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully
The adoring fan.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
There he is.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks.
That does look really good.
Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Being able to see
Even
through
if
the
it's just
Oblivion
the
Gate
music,
is
for
cool.
example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something, and that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today.
Please,
Oblivion
release
has
today.
a very special place in my heart.
Release
Being
today.
able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience.
Release today.
We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
Yes! Yes!
The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion Remaster will be available today.
What time? And be on PS5. PS5. PS5.
I was born 87 years ago. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
I wonder if they got Patrick Stewart back in the studio.
This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era, and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
This is not modern day Patrick Stewart. Fair enough.
Worse is yet to come.
looks clear.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
I love the crocodile enemies are my favorite Oblivion enemy. The crocodile Daedra. Or Daedroth, yeah. Oh man, I'm so fucking excited.
And close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
My most famous Tumblr post is about Patrick Stewart in Oblivion. Available today? What platforms? Yes, PS5! Yes! Yes! Stay tuned for a special gameplay stream. Oh my god. PS5! Thank fuck! Oh, I was so worried. Where's my Steam page, Howard? Oh man, I'm gonna see if it's in the PlayStation Store. Hang on. Boot that up right now. Steam page is up. Nice. €54.99. All right, PlayStation Store. Ah, Blueprint's got an update. Elder Scrolls. Oblivion Remaster is not up in the store yet. Hang on, let me restart my PS5 and see if that changes that. Come on. Wake up. Restarting. Okay. So the Steam page is up. When does it... How long does it say until it releases? If Steam has that timer. That's Elder Scrolls Online. Okay, it's not up yet. Steam says it's out.
Wow. What did we just witness? The worst kept secret ever?
Worst kept secret ever, yep.
Probably. But you just witnessed the Elder Scrolls Oblivion
Cheese!
Direct. That is coming to you today. Maybe even now. I don't know. We'll have to check after this stream. I'm joined by the wonderful, talented, incredible Wes Johnson. You.
Ah, hi.
And Wes, who do you have here with you?
This is Finn.
Oh.
Oh yes, he knows his name now. Hello there, Finn. How are you?
Puppy.
For the the sake of this, we can call him Barbas if you'd like, but he's a sweetie pie, and he wanted to get his time, Mr. DeMille.
That makes sense. I wouldn't, if I had a new puppy, I would totally bring that puppy with me everywhere.
I take him everywhere.
Oh my God! It's an adoring fan plush. Look at that.
Well, for you, both of you joining us, either new or from the direct, we are going to be sharing some gameplay of Wes's old stomping grounds, but newer now with the remastered version.
Please tell me they're selling the adoring fan plush.
For those that do not know you, first, shame on you if you don't. But if you don't, why don't you tell our friends here what
Call us criminal scum, Wes.
you have done in Oblivion.
In Oblivion, you're going to probably bring some memes back to life.
Can't wait.
So if, like, you walk out of someplace with a fork, I would be there going,
Hold, criminal scum. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay with your blood.
That's a lovely one. The
That's very
Imperial Guard
aggressive.
song is out there now, and all sorts of things that people had fun with. Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Madness, at your service. And I love this because I'll never be able to order a cheese pizza again, because people use the soundboard, and they call the pizza shops, and they're saying, what can I do for you today? Cheese! You want a cheese pizza? I want cheese for everyone! How many would that be, sir? And so I can't call anywhere as Sheogorath to order a pizza because I'll never get it, or I'll get it with a lot of
I mean,
spam.
honestly, you're doing everybody a favor if you do. So.
Yeah,
I mean, and your shirt is totally on theme today as well.
Yeah, wearing my Sheo shirt. I've got.
Oh my God! I want to get that shirt for you, Ed.
My dark brother.
Like as a gift.
Lucy and the chance of the dark brother, dear child of Sithis. I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create them. So, yeah, I loved Oblivion. Oblivion to me was, I mean, I've loved all the games. I loved Morrowind. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. Come right in. I love Skyrim, which is fantastic, but Oblivion.
That is a very shiny hat.
And it was the original. All the races had the same voices. Oh man, there's so much crossbreeding amongst the Imperial Guard. You know, Mom, Dad, the family reunions were very confusing. But
It's a lot of love.
I know, but I just absolutely loved that game, and as other games came along, and then you got to see Skyrim with its 10th anniversary edition, and when I first put that on the Xbox Series X, oh my God, the visuals to me were just, I was blown away. And to make Oblivion now have that kind of feel, that kind of look, the gameplay, the graphics, I mean, if I walk up to a lady in the middle of one of the towns and tap her on the shoulder and she turns around and does not look like Terry Jones in drag from Monty Python, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I mean, I love the game. So now people are going to get a chance to see it with brand new eyes. And for people who have only ever played Skyrim, this is going to be kind of a revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the predecessor, so it's taking people back.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And this is the mouth to the Shivering Isles. Look at the difference, the graphics, how sumptuous it is, the detail on this.
That is a really cool ass portal.
Not just on the backgrounds, not just every leaf on a tree, but looking at the clothing, at the uniforms that they're wearing. I mean, he's wearing leather, and he's wearing some fur, and you're seeing all the details on every little thing. This guard right here, this guard, people are like, that's so effective. He seems to have this cold out there in the middle of this island where the winds are whipping around, and I had a cold. I was really, really sick that day. But
you didn't have to go that hard into the role, Wes.
I know, I'm method, so method. But look at that. Now, there's the door to the fringe, and inside, what's going to happen? Oh, look at the screens. Even the screens, the loading screens look so much sweeter and more detailed. And there he is. Haskell! Look at him, sitting there all bald and boring. Haskell, your room's very dark, just like your personality. Hurry up and talk. Oh, look at the detail on Haskell's face. You can really see what living with Shea Gorth has done to him. He looks like Marley's ghost there.
I mean, this is the first time you're seeing the remastered,
This is the first
isn't it?
time I've seen any of this, and the detail and the expression on the face, he just looks so weary, so put upon.
Well, it's
Wow.
been almost 20 years, so we've had a lot of ability for technical advancements from there. So
Yes, and imagine
and age, I guess, for
20,
him as well.
20 years in the service of Shea Gorth is going to
I
change anybody.
kind of want that adoring fan plush. I'm not gonna lie.
There, that little Seinfeld puffy sleeves.
Please tell me they sell that.
Now, what would you say your favorite role has been for Oblivion, or which character do you feel like you gravitated the most towards?
Well, that's the thing. People ask me all the time, who's your favorite character to play this? And that's a Sophie's choice. Because you bring a little of yourself to every role you do. You got to bring, these are all like my children. So, I mean, I love Lucian. I love Shea Gorth. I love them all for very different reasons. I remember working with Mark Lampert for this game, and we're doing the same Imperial Guard voice, even the
Oh god, a talking adoring fan plush would be amazing.
but he's still very much the Imperial. But then he gets to Lucy and he goes, this guy's a little different, a little darker, a little more macabre. So I think about it for a second, and I start going into this thing, and in my mind, you try to get an image of who the character is. And for me, he was twisted and gaunt and bent and just insidious.
Does it take you? Is it that quick for you sometimes when you get a breakdown of a character?
Sometimes it can, and sometimes I take time. Shea was a different thing, but with Lucian, I had a come here, Bubby. It's okay. With Lucian, the image I had in my mind as I portrayed him at first was completely different from the image of what he ended up looking like. You know, he ended up...
Yeah, they could only do so much with the character models in Oblivion.
You know, and when we're looking...
Back then.
Oh my God, he's gorgeous. He has a heart of darkness, the perfect man. So, but he was so much fun to do. And people say, do you know what happened to him? Spoilers. You just finish your lines. So when I'm playing the game and I get to that point in the game, I'm like, you know,
I discovered that I am constitutionally incapable of not murdering Lucien LeChance the moment I see him. As soon as he stops talking the first time you run into him, I draw my sword and obliterate him.
It's quitting time. Look at that. Through the fringe of madness. Yeah, with Shea Gorth, I had about
Oh,
a
that's
week to
gorgeous.
prepare. And I was told, we want something a little more stand-up, but we want him to feel dangerous but funny. And they said, maybe something like Robin Williams. And I thought, no, Robin Williams was a bit too cuddly, you know. As Shea Gorth, I'll skip rope with your entrails. I don't believe you. So,
admittedly, that would be an interesting thing to
yeah.
see Robin Williams talking about.
I know, but I thought, where could I find my inspiration for this character?
We were robbed,
And
by the
I
way.
started thinking about stand-up comedians who would I find dangerous that I would love to have
The people running the first Batman film wanted Jack Nicholson from the start, right? But he wouldn't take the role. He wasn't interested for the money they were offering. So they made an offer to Robin Williams to make Jack Nicholson jealous or whatever. And wound up ditching Williams for Nicholson when he said he was interested. And we got robbed of a Robin Williams Joker, which would have been fucking terrifying.
There's this Irish accent, and I thought, what if, because he's got mania and dementia, this character can go between an accent fluidly. Like, you think he might be Irish. You think then maybe he's Scottish when he gets more manic. But what happens when he gets deadly serious? There are a few moments where it drops completely. Why? Because everything else is an affectation. He does what he wishes to do. And so, like the brain pie line, where you'll hear all three separate things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and he starts wondering what you're like, perhaps brain pie. Perfect! Care to donate?
Adds an extra layer of terror to
Yeah,
his character for sure.
you just don't know where he's going to land with some of these things. Whether it's friendly, whether it's deadly, whether it's over the top, whether he's crazy mad. I just had to sit there and let that thing flow back and forth. And I think from what I was told later, Todd was listening to it and they weren't expecting that. And so it threw him off a little at first. And then the more he listened to it, the more he was like, oh, no, I like this. I like this. And that's who Sheo became.
And you define the character through multiple games and multiple universes.
Yeah. And
Is Sheogorath in Elder Scrolls Online?
I love more than anything trying to figure out who a character is. And the Rubik's Cube of their personality and the whole thing.
And I imagine though the character is designed by somebody else, that you get to input a lot of your influence and sort of direction on it, even still.
Well, you have to bring a sense of life to it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when someone is writing it, they're bringing their sense of life to it, their experience. But you don't.
Was Sheogorath in the Elder Scrolls lore before Oblivion?
The circumstances of the character, and you can build.
Was he referenced in Morrowind?
And
was Sheogorath in Daggerfall modeled after Todd?
Live in
interesting.
That space, become somewhat that character, which is why every one of them become like children of
I
mine.
hope you don't become too much.
Oh no. Yeah. There are some days. The one I don't want to become the more like is Hermaeus Mora. And
that would also be terrifying, yes.
Yeah, Mel Blanc used to look at the photographs of the characters that he was doing and would base them on that, like Socio Sogala from Morrowind. I saw him. So every one of the Bretons seemed like an old bald guy with a goatee. But you look at Hermaeus Mora and you're like, 1,000,000 eyeballs and 1,000,000 tentacles. What does that sound like? And
the Daedra Princes are from the first game.
D.B. Cooper is the director for the ESO.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to do some adaptation because he was very slow and ponderous in some of the earlier games, and with clips and lisps and clicks and all this. But I adapted it but kept it the same as well. And the explanation that I come up with, why does he sound a little bit different? Where on Hermaeus Mora do you see a mouth?
I don't even want to know where the mouth is, honestly.
I know. I think you're hearing him telepathically. And just like with every telepathic thing, you may have a better receptor to hear than another character would have.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
Some people would have a less sensory perception, and so it might be a little more muddled, might be a little more clicky, might be a little draggy, because that is how your extrasensory perception of their voice is. However, if you're a little stronger and you've got a little bit more going for you in that regard, suddenly it's a little clearer. It's like the difference between the Beatles listening to Helter Skelter on vinyl, then later on CD. Oh, it's so much clearer. Manson was like, I wasn't meant to kill anybody after all. So yeah.
Okay.
That's there. Long answer, but
it's a perfect
I
answer.
love doing it. I love doing it.
And I know you don't have necessarily a favorite.
It's canon that the hero of Kvatch replaces Sheogorath, right? And is the Sheogorath in Skyrim?
I do love the line where, Lucian LeChance does say, I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create them. And the only thing that bugs me is when Knights of the Nine came in, you're talking to Lucian and you ask him about rumors and he goes, I heard there's a prophet down by the. No! No, Lucian, come on, man.
This is the time to do them. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I do love some of those lines. The cheese line really took off. I mean, the cheese for everyone.
I mean, I got you this time specifically.
I know. Look at that, cheese for everyone. It was just a couple of lines in the middle of Oblivion, and it took off and had a life of its own.
I mean, who doesn't love cheese? Though,
Everybody
for real?
loves
like,
cheese.
if somebody said it to me, I'd be really happy.
Cheese is okay.
Yeah. I went to.
I like it on pizza.
Amsterdam, with the ESO crew, and went to the cheese shop, bought a bunch of cheese, and took a picture out there, and everybody was just like, "Well, there he is in his natural habitat, cheese." And there wasn't enough for everyone. Sorry.
That would have been a lot of cheese. You probably would have made we had to ransack the whole shop.
You got to go through customs.
It's difficult. Nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah. How much cheese do you think you're going to eat, sir?
Enough.
Enough cheese. Is there ever enough?
There's never enough cheese.
No, we're still in the Shivering Isles, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're going to traipse around the Shivering Isles for a little while.
And look at some of the faces and the hair, so much more defined.
And this is something that does come in the remastered. You get all of the DLC with it, so.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it's the full package.
The hero of Kavach becomes Sheogorath. Mantling is funny like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Pelennor White Strake. I was Pelennor, but you know, it's one of the ones that people don't think about.
Wait, he retroactively becomes Sheogorath?
Lives in a cave. You get the staff of Sheogorath from him later.
I'm looking at my friends off camera.
I forgot that I'd done the character.
Oh, really?
And I'm playing.
I guess when you do so
game.
many, it probably is just like kind of blurs together unless it's something like really big, right?
Some of them really stand out. They're much bigger, but I was the torturer. I was the guy as the Hermes Columbus, the suicidal guy.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all fun roles to play. But I love how the suicidal guy is begging you to kill him, and at the end he's like, "What are you doing?" But all the voices in this are the same, so we get to hear this fella right here, yeah?
Yep.
Craig Seckler is the adoring fan. And seeing him wearing one of those...
I didn't murder him, I swear. I mean, not yet anyway.
Look at that. Like,
should I?
Yeah, in tribute to Craig.
How do I look?
You look horrible. I love it.
Lovely.
My sword.
Like a rock star.
Should I just keep this on the whole time? Man, you got through that lockpick quick. I remember we did an Oblivion stream.
That's a little different,
a couple
isn't
years
it?
ago, and it was like torture watching my friend try to do the lockpick and just failing every single time. But yeah, it's the same lock.
Watching someone play a game is fun, like this, when you're battling skeletons. When it takes them an hour to pick a lock, and they're saving and going back again and again and again, it's like, call me.
It's funny at first, and that was a live stream too, so it was funny at first, but then it's just like, okay, all right, and then stream's over, rage quit,
Lockpick, the live stream.
So can you tell us anything about your first interaction with Bethesda Game Studios, like how you started with the team here?
My first game was Morrowind, and I went, we were recording at a place called Absolute Pitch in DC. A fellow by the name of Chip Ellinghouse was recording us. But my director was Todd Howard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we sat there and went through all the different characters, the Bretons, and different Daedric gods, and some orcs, and all sorts of things. We were having a good time. I do remember...
How much voice acting was there in Morrowind?
And getting,
yes.
Taking a break and getting a chocolate croissant and just chatting, walking. And the thing is, Todd's always been very passionate about these games, That's the thing that people don't... I don't think people realize just how deeply enmeshed into the game world he is. I mean, the old top-down turn-based type games, the board games, things of that sort, and to bring the spirit of those into these worlds. And
Mostly just barks and cutscene
Morrowind
dialogue?
was
Fair
kind
enough.
of a real departure for the Elder Scrolls, which had been much less graphically robust.
That was a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's retro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And the voice acting was very sparse then. It wasn't even that much more in Morrowind, but what was there was really fun and really good to do. And I started playing that game, getting 700 hours in. You know how it goes. You think, I'm going to play for half an hour before bed, and the next thing you know, birds are chirping outside. Your day is toast.
What day is it?
And you go to sleep and dream in that world. Which was interesting because I had not had the experience of I've done some games and things of that sort. I played, I think in Unreal 2, like 200 different people dying in 500 different ways. I was basically the equivalent of a Wilhelm scream. And this one I really wanted to play, and I got into it, and I started dreaming in that world. And when I started voicing Oblivion, I knew where to close my eyes and see the world around me. Now, maybe in Oblivion I didn't see any silt striders, and there were no boots that would help me fly from one end to the other. Thank God there were no cliff racers.
You mean you don't want to hear
I've heard the legend of the cliff racer.
As you close your eyes and try to sleep?
I got some real Samuel L. Jackson choice quotes in on those cliff racers along the way. But I saw that world. And I lived in that world because I lived in the world when I was playing the game. And I discovered something. The more you play the games, the more immersive your performance can become because you know the world not like everybody else is going to know it. The games become like almost virtual reality. You're sucked into them. These worlds become sometimes even more real than your
I spent so much time in Oblivion when I was younger.
Take,
I'm ready to spend a bunch more time in Oblivion now.
With Marcus, he was like, with the Imperial Guard.
Heiko, I don't think has ever played Oblivion. I'm excited to share this with them.
What you were doing with the Bretons, I want you just to give me, these guys are full of testosterone. And we found the voice that we wanted for that. And so the Imperial Guards are the first ones that I did. But then I started doing some of the other characters around.
That's a fucked up monster.
I'm really proud that Lucien Lachance was one of the first voices that ever broke through the voice class system in Elder Scrolls. And by the time Shivering Isles came around, we had a bunch of different voices suddenly. It really changed things a lot. So watching it grow and doing these things and to be able to perform alongside folks like Linda Carter, who's been in these, that our party for Oblivion, a lot of the big game parties have been pretty crazy.
Here's a question for you, Wes. Have you ever met Patrick Stewart?
In a way, was kind of a lot more sedate, but still was big at the time. We went on like this one cruise ship on the Potomac where they had dinner. And we're all out there and hanging out and eating dinner, going up top, recreating Titanic scenes on the edge of the boat.
As you do.
as one does, yeah. And it was so fun, and getting a chance to see and talk with Linda Carter, who it turns out is also a huge Washington Capitals fan.
Also a win.
Yeah, and that the Capitals stuff came into play. Because when I started doing the arena announcer, I'd been doing the Capitals for about, I guess we started recording this, in 2003? So I'd been the arena announcer for about 3 years. And I was learning who I was and doing things. And I asked Mark, how do you want to do the arena announcer? He's like, kind of what you're doing with the Caps, only on steroids, because these are gladiators. Okay, so I brought that oomph. I unleashed
from the diaphragm.
Fury. Yeah, good people of the city of Cyrodiil, welcome to the arena.
This guy being a sports announcer makes perfect sense.
Taking some of that that I did
Which
with
sport are the Washington
Oblivion
Capitals?
and bringing it to the Capitol.
Is that
and the
hockey?
team began to merge together until I became sort of over the top with people going, "You're not old school. You're not classic. You're just a rebel punk is what you are." I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. So I'm a rebel punk, but I'm out there unleashing fury. I'm a fan with a microphone, and I'm going nuts. And a lot of the development into that started with Oblivion. What's really weird is that I've been doing that now for 25 years for the Capitals. And in that time, as other people retired and left the job, all the people who are out there saying, "You're not old school, you're not traditional," started replacing the old school and traditional guys with people who sounded like me and were doing the things I did. So 25 years later, guess what? I'm old school, doing what I did when I was a young punk. So, you know, thank you, Oblivion. Thank you, Mark, for helping change how I do things, you know, and that's the thing. Over this period of time that we've done these games, over this period of time that we've worked with all these different characters, I'm constantly learning and I'm constantly growing and constantly grateful for the opportunity to bring new characters to life, like Johannes Verlaine in The Gold Road, where it was very emotional. It was a very emotional piece, and I was able to, as a parent, everybody has regrets. You know, no matter how good a job you've done, you have regrets. And I channeled that into this character who died and left things unsaid and undone with his son, and is given a chance through, you know, the magic of this world and Hermaeus and all sorts of things, to be able to come back and try to make amends. And it was hugely emotional for me.
Especially because you say you put so much of yourself into the characters you're doing.
Yeah. And after we were done and I was working with DB on, I said, "Wow, that one was a little intense." And she said, yeah. I love working with her. It's like a waltz. It's like a dance, you know. But I see something after the game comes out. Somebody has a photograph of some dog looking really sad.
How old is Patrick Stewart now?
Who is the actor for Johannes Verlaine? They just killed me. And I'm like, yes.
Nailed it.
Because if you don't feel it, they don't feel it. And I'm a fan of the games. I'm a fan of the worlds. I'm a fan
Isn't
of
he like
every one of my
80-something?
characters. Even the bad ones have their reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get into that, and if you can feel that, and I can make it real for me, then maybe I'm making it real for somebody else.
Absolutely.
And it becomes immersive for them. So,
Would say without question.
yeah.
Well, speaking to that point, what do you hope that players experience or feel from the characters that you portrayed in Oblivion? Who may be experiencing it for the first time,
Yeah.
or maybe they're returning to it and having played.
He's
the
84. Good God.
I think that it makes me very happy that these characters are going to get a second chance. The Imperial Guards, you know, even in the strength of I once took an arrow to the knee, you know, even in with that coming around, people still remember the Imperial Guards of Oblivion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're iconic.
I would say I see them probably second or third most from
Yeah.
all Elder Scrolls titles, right? I'm looking at Jess over here, another Jess.
I think the Oblivion Guards are more iconic than the Skyrim ones, to be honest.
Well, I scared myself once playing the game. Oblivion, I'm up in one of the towers in one of the Oblivion gates, and I do the Dremora, the Daedric warriors that suddenly pop up and fight and battle in the middle of Oblivion. And it's the middle of the night. I'm walking up a winding staircase, and suddenly I come out. Sorry, Finn. Sorry, Finn. And I
didn't sign up for this.
I jumped, and I'm like, holy hell! I just scared myself.
Well, I was gonna ask.
That must be a wild experience.
The characters that you've done tone and your voice
Yeah.
in the game when you're playing as a player?
Yeah, you know, the thing is, when I'm playing the games, I am the character that I'm, you know, I'm with the controller, that's me, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll listen to hear if the voice is immersive or if it stands out, if it didn't work. If it worked and it's fine, I'll let it go and I'll just enjoy the environment. That being said, there's something about people who are like, well, what do you play as? I'm like, I play as an Imperial. And they're like, every time? I said, yes, yes.
That was going to be a question.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm going to be out there and I've got a big broadsword and I'm battling going, yeah, it's my voice. I'm the one who's actually doing the battle.
That must feel
as the,
pretty
Imperial.
cool.
There's something kind of meta about
Getting to
that.
play as yourself.
Don't look at the screen, Finn.
Oh man, no,
Killing a
don't.
skinned hound.
Yeah, you're not a skin hound. You're a furry hound.
Sorry, Finn.
Yes, you are.
Oh, it's
So
such a
if
cute
you,
puppy.
As yourself, as Wes Johnson,
Yeah.
were to be in Cyrodiil, who do you think you would be? Would you be like an adventurer or an alchemist or a sneaky archer?
Have you played Oblivion? Adventures are all
I was
alchemists.
always the big sword guy.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, going out and doing stealth and climbing with trees and hitting people with a bow and arrow from a distance is kind of fun occasionally. But let's be honest, we play this game because we have had a bad day and we want to take a broadsword and chop somebody up. You know, and
this
not
Germinal
go to
gnarl
jail
here.
for it. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Yeah.
Which is terrifying, by the way.
Yeah, big flame.
Ricardo, you're a pro.
Those are scary, and the liches. And,
I just gotta say that while I'm very excited to play this myself, I'm so glad that I have to do it on here because I would be really sucking trying to multitask.
I do love the running around, getting involved in things. Now, I know I'm not the only one that at the end of a big session, I save and decide to murder the entire town.
I actually have never done that.
It is always important to save, especially for reasons like this. Pro
And
tips.
then you come back after you've murdered pretty much everybody, and you go back to that original save. Don't they somewhat be like,
That was
I'm
just like
feeling a little uneasy
in your head
suddenly.
what your character was doing, and then it
Yeah.
goes back and snaps back into reality.
I think all the Dark Brotherhood.
The NPC going, why did you just quick save?
The party
Why did you just quick save?
is a very good one. Where you have to go around the party and knock a bunch of people off, and they don't know it's you. I mean, who's not had that experience?
The amount of diversity and range in the types of quests that are in Oblivion and
I
stories
cannot
are
fucking wait to play this game.
exciting, and you can't wait for people to
I
experience
cannot
those
wait.
or re-experience them.
So when you played Oblivion initially,
Sec, I'm gonna pull up
stuck out
Steam.
for you?
Just, I mean, the vastness of the world, like how expansive it was.
Oh,
and
it's
how
$50.
beautiful it was. I
Oh,
am
fuck
one of the
yeah.
people that plays
Well, on
where
Steam anyway.
There's a quest marker. I'm just gonna go another direction. I like, ooh, what's over here? Ooh, what's over here? And just
It's already got 21 reviews? Bullshit.
keep on giving in terms of the world building of Oblivion. Just was like
$50. Oh, hell yeah.
3 for Bethesda Game Studios titles.
Yeah.
So I was like not expecting to. I mean, I knew it wasn't Fallout, but I was not expecting to jump in and be like, oh, this is like.
Digital Deluxe content has horse armor and special armor cosmetics.
From
Fun.
the very beginning, you feel pretty guilty about what goes down. I personally feel I owe an apology to Patrick Stewart. I've been in,
How could we?
I've been in a couple of games with Patrick Stewart and haven't met him once. Got this close at
Oh,
Sutton
man.
Place Gourmet in DC. Someone's like, Patrick Stewart's downstairs ordering a sandwich. I'm like, Patrick Stewart eats sandwiches. We have that in common. I eat sandwiches. And by the time I got down there, he had...
Horse armor is still DLC? Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. You gotta have horse armor DLC for Oblivion.
Oh man, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Here you go, Wes.
Oh my
The
goodness,
grand
look
reveal.
at that. Oh, well, look at the hair.
It looks like I've been using a little Grecian formula.
So what do you think now, almost 20 years later, seeing this take on Sheo?
I've always loved this Sheo. I've loved this outfit. He looks a little bored.
I think he's just not mad enough yet.
He'll get there. Oh, I saw. Oh, let's see the expression changing slightly.
I love the hand tap.
Yeah. But I think he looks a little bit more like me. Here I've been mantling him all along, and now he's mantling the old me.
Definitely the facial hair. You need to get in on like the.
Oh wow, he actually dropped Elder Scrolls lore knowledge. He is a fan.
And things of that sort. After about an hour, they feel like little clay pigeons on my eyeballs.
Nobody who's not an Elder Scrolls superfan knows what mantling is.
People don't want to continue to look you in the eye.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. It's just like darting away, and it's like I can see you now looking at me right in the eye.
Yeah.
What advice?
$50. Oh, that makes me happy.
They want to get into voice acting or pursue a career in voice acting.
I would say first things first. Get yourself a recorder, whether it's a handheld recorder, something we have them all on our phones now.
Ooh, advice.
Build yourself a studio pretty quickly and easily, but you got to work on the dead sound. But just the handheld recorder. Get some dialogue and start reading this dialogue. And when I say read,
He guest starred in one of those meme videos where people recreate the jankiness of the game IRL. That's delightful.
Right.
If it sounds like you're acting, you take somebody out of it. You need you to just become. Look at those lines and remember that your job is not just to read what's on the paper. It's to bring it to life. And voice acting also includes breathing, sighing, laughing. Make it natural. Bring emotion to it. Try different things. I do a class through a theater lab of teaching video game voice acting. And that's one of the things I work with people on, is you listen to this stuff, you record this stuff, and let it sit for 2 days. Because when you're recording or you're in the moment, ideally, you're 100% in character and you're not thinking.
They said whether they'll bring werewolves into the game since they weren't able to the first time around. They haven't said anything about that. I don't think they have. It's not a huge overhaul of the game. I don't think they added any spells or anything.
While you're performing. But when you're listening back,
Mostly just a remaster. They've added, they've overhauled third-person mode, and the leveling system are the two things that they said they changed.
In anything, to succeed at something, you got to do it. And so I tell people in my class, this is their homework assignment every week, and they get something.
I saw the demonstration was them allocating points point by point rather than getting default level up stats from the skills they've leveled up.
When that 6-week course is over, whose counselor are they going to be leaning on? Their own.
Right.
And you want to, the people who were not really serious about it, stop.
Yeah.
The people who were serious about it, continue to do those recordings, continue to do something, knowing that every time you go out for an audition, you look at places like on Reddit, they have Casting Call Club, where you can go in and maybe get yourself a job doing mods. And, it's important. First of all, if you do a mod and you do it well, you're going to have stuff that you can use in your demo.
Right.
Also, these people are up-and-comers in the industry. And word of mouth is very important. So if you can start on a ground level with somebody who's starting out and they begin...
I actually got taps to play Tarquin in 2 Order of the Stick comic dubs. Unfortunately, it didn't go anywhere.
If you want to do it, do it.
And especially not far enough for Tarquin to show up, but
out there and looking for auditions.
Still feels pretty cool to get picked.
Come backstage, you can look at Actors Access. If you're in the DC area, there's a thing called DragonutConnects.com that shows free auditions. And then you go to Casting Call Club online. if you do take my course, we have a
Casting Call Club
Discord
Online.
group, and it's just full of my alumni, and they all share.
I'm sure everybody is really helpful and
They help each other.
with their experiences.
And that's the thing. Work with people who are working, not with people who are like, oh, I could do it if I wanted to.
Everybody thinks they
If I
can do
really
that.
wanted to, I'd be better than anybody else. Have you been doing anything about it? No, but someone will offer me a job eventually. Now you got to chase everything down. You got to do it because you love it. That's it. Nobody's getting rich doing this, but you have to love it. Oh, and God help me, Jess, I love it.
All right, I'm going to type that into a tab in my Firefox window.
You heard it.
Casting Call Club.
That young
professional
Balrod's
here.
not going to get any older.
And then you can immortalize yourself forever in a video game.
Yeah.
Multiple characters, like Wes, if you're lucky.
And to see this come back all these years later, and it's going to be, I think this is going to be huge. I think people are just going to love it all over again.
Well, they don't have to wait much longer because it is available today.
Go get it.
Go get it. Go download it. It's on Xbox Series X, NES, and day one on Game Pass. It is also on PC and PlayStation 5. So.
Hell yes,
I
I'm
don't
getting
know
it on
what you're
PS5.
waiting for. You're sitting around. It's not going to just drop into your lap.
Go find it. Go get it.
I got
Or
nothing
I'll
to add to
come
that.
get you.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Wes. And Finn.
Finn?
You're an excellent co-host, Finn.
Finn, say bye-bye to all the peoples. Bye.
Oh my God. I need to like borrow $50 from somebody so I can get this game now.
But for all
I
these
don't
years,
have any money
I've never been
to buy it with.
my own dreams. This is the 27th of last seed. The year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era, and the final hours of my life.
Oh, he looks so good.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
I'm so fucking excited for this game.
Here you must find your own path.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Find him
Oh,
and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
oh my God. Available today. Oh, it's available today. Oh my God, I gotta get this game. I gotta get this game ASAP. ASAP. My God. Okay, I'm excited. I am excited. Oh my God, I've gotta go see if I can borrow $50 from somebody so I can order this game off Amazon. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this. Oh yes, yes. Oh, it's back. I'm gonna play so much fucking Oblivion. Oh my God, I'm not gonna stream it. I'm gonna play it on my own. But yeah, I gotta go get ready for today's stream. I got to go get ready for today's stream. We're playing Potionomics. So I will end the stream here. I will see you guys in 50 minutes. Toodles.